Good morning everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and I'm not sure what today's video is going to look like, but we are going off-roading with Nick, aka the Burlacher, in the Raptor, just so he can decide if he wants to get a Raptor, and I've kind of made an executive decision. So I'm thinking that I want to do orange around the rims, so do that with the bead locks. I think that would look absolutely crazy. The only thing I'm going to struggle with is they make bead locks that were like the original wrap, so without the gold, but they don't make anything that's orange with gold. So I think what I have to do is I'm just gonna have to get like regular orange, and then I'm gonna have to wrap on it, which I'm not sure if that'll even be a thing. So I'm gonna have to talk to Doug about that to see if we can do that. But I think that would look cool if that kind of continued down to the rims. And then here's the other thing I'm torn about is I can't decide if I just want to do the Ford logos orange or if I want to do Raptor on the side and then like stripes on the hood. I'm torn between those two because I can't do both of them, because it would look funny if I had like the lettering there colored orange and then the back said Raptor, but then it was in gray. Because it just, I hope you guys understand, like I can't do both. I can only do one or the other. So I have to decide if I do the letters in color or if I do Raptor decal on the side, and we'll just have to figure that out. Boom! Oh wait, manual mode, that was a mistake. But this is not a mistake. Do. Wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah. I'm not sure if Nick looked at the weather report today. I did not, and man, it is freaking foggy. Like, look up there. You can't really see that far, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Kind of just got worse. Like, look at these people in the other lane. You can't even. It's like, oh, you can barely see them coming through. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Well, I just got here and we can definitely tell that parking's pretty tight. I don't know if I'm okay to park here, but you know, we'll figure it out. So we're gonna look at the Gladiator first and then the other stuff. And this thing is so much bigger in person than in the videos. It looks big, but in person it's so much taller. I mean, you can see my Raptor back there. I mean, it kind of gives you an idea of just how tall this actually is with the massive tires and what I think it's like 6.5 inch lift. But yeah, that's massive, but I know what you guys all want to see. Enough of the focus for the stuff in here. So yeah, the new wrap on this, it's interesting in person. This looks crazy. Well, now I know why Nick didn't want this in the video. I was actually gonna suggest to him that we could do like a thumbnail for his video to have the Shelby next to the Raptor, but it looks like he's been having way too much fun with it lately, and it actually looks really good in purple. Like, the pictures looked really good, but then seeing it in person, I thought about wrapping my Shelby when I had it in this color, but yeah, it looks crazy. So here's kind of like your exclusive access to just looking at them, I guess. You guys have seen these a million times though. But yeah, I mean, that's so low to the ground. I mean, it's almost basically scraping on the ground, complete race car. But I think the Aventador might have it beat. I think the Aventador is just a little bit lower. Now in terms of the camo, the front end looks really good actually. So like the camo design, I think it works perfectly with the front end. Just all the sharp edges go with the wedge shape of the Aventador. But on the back end, I mean, it still looks really good. I definitely like the front more than the back with this camo design. I think the back end looked cleaner when it was just the purple. But I mean, overall, super solid. And one last thing, it's kind of crazy that you can see back into the engine just through the rear there. Obviously a lot of supercars will do that, and usually you can see it through the glass cover, but just seeing it through the back is kind of crazy. The Aventador kind of has a little bit with that, but it's just not nearly as crazy as what's on the Ferrari. We've got the Burlacher in his natural habitat, filming the Raptor. He's literally like taller than the truck. It's just so funny. I think here in the sunlight now actually captures the color on the Raptor almost 100%. It's almost all the way there, just what it actually looks like in person with all of the gold flake over the orange. Okay, well, we are out here and I just took the Burlacher off a jump twice, full sent it the second time so that we actually caught a ton of air. So this might not look like much, and I am totally sliding all over the place. Anyways, this might not look like much over here, but it's a bunch of different divots. So this is kind of, it's not like the worst place to jump something, but it's not the best either, because what happens is you catch air on that little bump right there, and then you kind of land in this one and then just kind of bounce all along. The Raptor suspension's great, does it perfectly, but it's kind of, if you've never been in a vehicle on the off-road, and if you've never been on a vehicle on the off-road and jumped it, this is kind of like the scariest ever, because you go from a jump and then you're all over the place, and then you have to brake very hard so you don't like hit the edge there. And so just from like I can imagine from a passenger perspective, it's gotta be terrifying. Okay, so I'm gonna ask Nick his initial reaction after jumping in the Raptor. So first, have you ever been in a vehicle that has been jumped before?
No, I have not.
And what would you say, like, just throughout the whole experience, what would you say it felt like? Is it terrifying, fun, everything?
I haven't figured out the word yet for it, but it was unexpected, wild, exhilarating, fun, enjoyable. I wasn't scared, which is the weird part. Like, you're in a vehicle that lifts off the ground, and I wasn't scared. That's the weird part.
Sadly, I tried to get wheel well view so you guys can kind of see the actual tire pop up off the ground, but there's so much mud that the camera, I mean, you can see my GoPro up here, I put it up here up top, completely got covered in mud. So sadly, no views of the wheel well, but I mean, I tried. It was an honest effort. Got Nick here expertly piloting the drone.
Whoa,
oh, I missed it. We actually had it take off from the roof of the Raptor so that he didn't have to take it off through the mud.
We did it, boys.
I've gotten quite a bit of, I don't know what to call it, but I've had a lot of people in the Raptor community make fun of me. But look at this. Who else? I mean, I know a lot of people at the Raptors do this, but I've had a lot of people be like, oh, you don't really take your truck off-road, and well, if this isn't off-road, I don't know what it is, but
this is off-roading, baby. This is off-roading.
Burlacher approved. But yeah, I mean, this color actually does better than the regular orange. Like, it seems like it like not caked as much in mud. Like, all these areas are obviously caked in mud, but the actual vinyl itself, it seems like it's weeding it off relatively well. I'm trying to express here right now just how bad this mud actually is. So, like, look at this. This is what I imagine that Army recruits have to go through in the training. I mean, I got like, it's so heavy on my shoes. Now it's completely covering the truck. So I think I'm gonna be probably have to spend like an hour washing the truck after I get back just to get all of this off. This is like the, I think this is the worst mud caking that I've ever accomplished on the Raptor thus far. So yeah, we're gonna head to one more place, jump it again, and then we're probably gonna have to head back at that point just because of drive time and everything, but it's been fun. The Raptor is caked, and this is a little bit behind the scenes. This is where the GoPros are mounted, so I've got one on the roof there, and then I've got another one on the roof over there. And the last little, I guess, obstacle, so to speak, is we're going to take it off another jump. Now this is the jump where I've caught the most air out here, and a little bit nervous, but it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Perfect speed. Oh, I got that one.
Yeah. We just have to floor it through the puddles so it makes it look more dramatic.
Oh, it's dramatic. It's dramatic. Oh, dude. That was the shot right there. Nice.
Slow down. Are you still behind it?
Yeah, no, we're good. You're good. Keep going. Oh, this one.
We've got to be like extra careful for this part. So we have to jump into the truck bed. We've got to get all of the GoPros off. Nick's getting the drone down. Struggling. But yeah, these things are, I mean, they're not destroyed, but they're super covered in mud right now, and well, survived. Here's a little bit more behind the scenes. We have the last GoPro here. The funniest thing though is actually in the back. You guys can see right there, I had to snag some toilet paper from the bathroom just to clean the mud off of like the lenses of the cameras, because I forgot to bring a microfiber cloth, and also for my fingers. I mean, you can see just keep getting mud. It's, yeah, pedals don't exist anymore, side steps. I mean, I can't see out the windows either. Everything is just completely covered. It is, I mean, it looks good though. Well, we are done for today. Like I said, Nick's got to, well, he's in the truck, but he's got to go to a jazz game. And yeah, I think this, maybe this should be my next wrap, is making the truck permanently look like it's covered in mud. So when I do cover it in mud like this, then nothing changes. But yeah, tons of fun today. And I think this is going to become 2 videos, because I'm going to have the one video of the driving, and I think I'm going to have the second video, which is this one. It's going to be behind the scenes, but I haven't decided yet. So we'll see what happens. We actually have an extremely important message from Nick, the man, the myth, the legend himself.
Well, I would not say important at all, or extreme, but all I gotta say is that was a full send. You guys are seeing the mud on the truck. We had a blast out here, so thanks again for Ben for bringing me out here. It was, I'd never done anything like that, like to that level. Killed it. Your guy killed it. Killed it.
And just so you know, we made sure that Nick didn't get covered in mud, because I purposely wore like really crappy stuff so that I could get covered in mud. And now we've got more people coming in with like ATVs and everything, so we're gonna head out. So before we cap off the video, it's super sunny over here, but it's actually super windy, and it's also colder than what it was out off-roading. But I just want some final thoughts on just the Raptor, and then also I guess the off-roading, but on the Raptor.
So, I mean, the Raptor, I have nothing negative to say about it. I'm trying to think, I've been trying to think about it. I have no negatives. The positives are, it was awesome. The driving on the street out there was like, it doesn't feel like you're in a big, stiff truck. So that's comfortable. And then when you get in the dirt and the mud, it's just like whatever. We were never worried about getting stuck or anything. And we went through some massive stuff. So yeah, everyone's obsessed with the Raptor on the internet and stuff, and I get it. I don't know what to do now.
I think we have a future Raptor owner. I think that's what we're looking at. He's copying me again. 350. Now the Raptor.
Well, you have good taste. What can I say? We're gonna have to see what I do. Stay tuned.
First thing ever. I have good taste for once. We are ending today's video at the car wash, and if you're wondering why, I'm not going to answer that for you, but I do want to show you guys something that's pretty cool. So if you see the truck, we got to walk around the back, or actually I should have walked around the front. I can't fit back there. I'm being silly, but the truck in the direct sunlight, even though it has all the mud on it, you can kind of see the gold in certain spaces, like right here on the front. I don't know if it's coming through on the camera very well, but you can see the gold poking through, and it kind of looks ridiculous. But yeah, that's gonna wrap things up. I will see all of you in that next video.